Hey band, choir, and orchestra directors. Today let's talk about improving your ensemble's sight reading skills. For me, this all hinges on improving rhythmic fluency, because even when my technique can't keep up, if I'm in an ensemble sight reading situation, if I hit a tough spot, it's important for me to be able to keep on going, and my rhythmic fluency is a big part of that. Being able to hop in and out of the ensemble and play what I can and skip what I can't is absolutely essential for me not getting lost. So with that said, there are three things that I want to focus on with rhythmic fluency, and those are consistency, confidence, and strategy. What I mean by consistency is that you're breaking it up into little pieces and incorporating it daily or at least weekly into your rehearsals. If the only time that students are sight reading new ensemble music is when you're handing out new music at the beginning of a unit, or when they go to festival and they need to sight read something for adjudicators, they're going to panic and they won't like it. So make sure you're regularly incorporating short bursts of sight reading in with your regular rehearsals, whether that's in the warm-up or drill at the beginning of rehearsal, or if you teach on a longer block like I used to, and I would have 90-minute rehearsals, and sometimes with freshmen, they have a hard time playing or singing that long, so it's great to use as a middle of the rehearsal kind of chop break to break things up mentally, and then also we can sizzle rhythms or something like that so that they're getting a little bit of a mouth break too. The number two pillar is confidence, and the best way I've found to increase student confidence with sight reading is to not necessarily read literature all the time where students are on different parts. It's to do it in unison. That way, when they miss a count or two or three or a whole measure, it's much easier for them to hop back in, and they start to associate missing something with being able to go on instead of, oh my gosh, I'm lost, I better just put my instrument down. This is such an important skill for musicians to learn, and it's very important to stress when you're sight reading that mistakes are okay and expected. It's the recovery that matters. It's can you get back in and keep going with the rest of the group. And the third pillar is strategy. Now, many of you know about the STARS method of sight reading. If you haven't heard of that, it is signatures, tempo, accidentals, rhythms, and signs. So those are all the things you want to look at before you start reading a new piece of music. And if you're just reading with rhythms, that becomes a lot easier, because then you're just looking at signatures, time signatures specifically, and rhythm and signs. Students have a few less things to focus on, and therefore they have a little more brain power when they're just reading rhythms. We're going to dive deeper into that STARS method next week a little bit when we talk about reading new literature, but that's a great place to start. So if you haven't sight read anything new with your group in a while, that's your assignment this week. Break out a few rhythm exercises. Don't focus on rehearsing them, just read them through and then go on with your day. That's it for this week's tip. Remember to give us a like and a follow so that you can come back next week when I'll be talking a little bit more in depth about the complex process of reading new literature with your group. Catch you next time.